Okay guys, welcome back. I'm doing a couple of things I've been putting off today, just some small bits and bobs. Yeah, it's kind of cloudy outside, so there's just no real light. It just keeps going back and forth, unfortunately. But some good news, just an update on this bolt. We can see here, we finally got it out. I did make a video of me extracting the bolt, but I broke the extractor tip off in the bolt, or what was left of the bolt. And then it was basically stuck, so I called the family down to help me out here, and we had to take off the bumper bar, then the air snorkel and the plastic shield that goes in front of all of this, just to get our hand under it and use a pair of vice grips to grab the thread from below and then slowly inch it out. And it wasn't pleasant, but we did finally get it out. So luckily it wasn't cross-threaded, so I'm just trying to find a bolt from a wrecker now to put in before registration, and once that's all done, after registration, I'll put in the Allen key head kit. But that's just a bit of good news. Okay, but it wasn't pleasant basically because it's very finicky to get off this bar, because you've got these little parts here that are head washer lamps. They're spring loaded, and the indicators you've got to be very careful of the clamps breaking. They're very finicky. And the other good news is, while we had the bumper off, I replaced the front grille here. So the last one, I think if you remember, if you saw any of my other videos, had holes in it. If you see here now, no holes. This is the new one. So the only worrying thing is this is actually fitted by plastic clips, and that's all that's holding it in, which is a bit of a concern. But again, I might go show that when the day is a bit brighter. But yeah, so that's what we're doing for that. So that was just some good news, so that's updated. Okay, and today what I'm going to do is the wheel nuts. These are often overlooked. Okay, so yeah, these are quite dirty. So these are hard chrome, so you can't polish them like you would with stainless steel or aluminium or aluminum for you Americans. Okay, so I'm just basically going to use simple bright Scotch Brite, I guess, pad, just to give that a clean. Use some dishwashing liquid, not too much. You don't want to get water all over the thread so it rusts and then locks them on. Now I've done this basically so I remember which ones I've done, because yeah, I'm terribly forgetful. So each one I do, then I'll take these off. Just some things with caution when you're taking off wheels, which I'm not going to. I'm just taking off one by one around the sides. But if you are going to do that, always try to remember to keep your car level on a flat surface. Put the handbrake on. Then when you're taking off these bolts, you always loosen the bolts before you rack it up onto your jack. I don't really like using my jack unless it's an emergency, like a flat tire for example, until I get a proper heavy duty jack. So always remember to loosen the bolts before it's jacked up, and then do that in a star pattern. So this one, and this one, this one, this one, then this one. Same when you tighten them up again. When I get some aftermarket wheels, I'll be taking off the wheels completely and washing them on the inside out like I used to do with my CRX. But right now these are just the standard wheels. Just want to keep them clean, but I'm not too fussed. I've just been putting my hand through, which is kind of basic doable. These have got quite a load of gutter rash, as you can see here, not by me but by the previous owners, so that's a bit of a concern. But I'll be using one of these as a spare once I get the aftermarket wheels, which will probably a year and a half away, maybe 2 years. You've got to save up some cash to get those, unfortunately. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And the other thing we'll be doing today as well, I've got a couple of little chips, and this one here I think I've mentioned before as well. Maybe you can see in here, just a flashlight. See, there's a little bit of rust in there. I just want to paint those up so they don't rust any further. Okay, so to do that, got a couple of things. So first of all, we've got some isopropyl alcohol, so we're going to wipe that first to clean away any kind of debris. And after that, I'm going to use some rust converter. Now, you can't put it, well, I guess using an earbud here, don't put it back into the container because you're going to contaminate it once you've started wiping it. So just pour it into a small glass or some other container. Okay, we're going to leave that for 30 minutes for it to set, then wipe it. Then if you saw my last video, the Paint Smartworks guys were kind enough to actually give me, just make sure that's recording, a container with some paint that was left over. So just got to shake that up and then use some, where are they? A small touch-up brush that I got at the auto store there, and then that'll be it. Okay, so it's not a major problem. I've just been wanting to get it done. I've been putting it off quite a lot. Then after that, there won't be really much to do for the car until it's registered. I might put in the dash pad and maybe start painting the interior. Okay, it's kind of a big job, so I might do that by sections. But yeah, I'll set that up. We'll get the rust converter done first, so I don't have to wait, just to optimize the time. So yeah, we'll get that started. Cheers, guys. First of all, we give the rust a bit of a wipe with a clean rag. You don't really need to use masking tape, but again, I'll forget where the spots are. Okay, so next the rust converter. Okay, we're going to leave that for 30 minutes so it reacts. Okay. This one here is actually down to the undercoat only. It's not bare metal, so I won't be doing that one. I'll just put on the paint. Same again with this one. It's not bare metal. It's only paint, so I'll just pop that paint straight over that one. I will give some isopropyl alcohol just to give it, make sure it's clean though. Okay, so I've got my touch-up brush. I've given it one little coat over. I'm just going to try and do one more, then let it dry, let it get a bit tacky, and then do one over again, and then I'll go and touch up the other bits that I marked out that I showed you previously. Just give me a moment. Okay, once I've done with the paintbrush too, I don't really have thinners, so I'll probably just use some vinegar to clean the paintbrush. But yeah, let's just see how we go here. That'll do until I get a professional. It's all resprayed. Okay guys, so yeah, same technique again with the other parts as well. So that's the touch-ups done. Thanks guys, I might do one more once it dries, but yeah, that should be it for now. Cheers. Okay guys, so I've just finished doing the other side, so now it's just the front and rear on this side here. Okay, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if you need a torque wrench, I think it's 120 Nm, which is Newton meters, I believe. So yeah, if you need to do that, it's also important not to over tighten them as well. Evidently the studs can be quite soft and they can be shorn off, so just be careful of that. But yeah, let's get to it. See just how dirty they get. Absolutely disgusting. Let's see there. Okay, it's coming out. It's just a bit of cleaning. You can really see the difference there. They really pop. This is quite nice. Hopefully that's actually capturing. And there we have it, guys, all done. That's the wheel nut detail complete. It may not mean much to most, but I notice it, and that's the most important thing. It really makes your wheels pop. Obviously these are just the standard ones. Once I get some aftermarket wheels, I'll probably upgrade to obviously a lock nut and some nicer ones. It'd be nice to get some 86 logos engraved or something like that, but for now, when the sun's out, that'll really make these pop. Okay guys, thanks you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which will probably I'll start painting the interior. I'll probably do that piece by piece too, just it's a large job, and the weather's going to be really terrible from now on, so yeah, hopefully it goes well. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.